Welcome to the Center of Excellence Lab, Schneider Electric. So we are going to discuss about the Schneider Lab, that is Advanced Industrial Automation and Building Automation Lab, that we are going to see an application. So in this we are going to see the Unity Pro software. It is a unique platform to increase the design productivity and performance of your Modicon M340 PLCs and M580 PLC applications. So this is the Unity Pro software you are going to use. So in this, you're going to work with the SFC, that is sequential function chart. So the sequential function chart is a graphical programming language used for PLC. It is the one among the 5 languages defined by IEC 61131 standard. The SFC is used for doing the control function systems. So in that you have the first part is the steps. In the steps you can able to give the conditions. Sorry, you can able to give the action plans, and in the transitions you can able to give the conditions. And finally the line which joins the both is named as the links. So based on this, you are going to program a plan, that is the you can plan for programming using SFC. So this is the detailed part of the SFC. So here you can see the processing contents. So this is the transitions for step moving from step 1 to step 2. So always the initial step will be the first step. So if this condition is satisfied, it will go to the next step. If not, it will not proceed with the next step. Okay, so in this we are going to perform an operation, that is the surface treatment system or heat treatment plant. Surface treatment system is nothing but you are going to treat a metal surface by dipping it into the various surfaces. For example, here we are going to do the cleaning or degreasing. Here we are going to do rinsing. Here we are going to remove the scales by dipping it in the acid. And once again rinsing. I think we might have seen this in the previous videos too. Same is repeated. And surface treatment plant, the same thing. So it is degreased, rinsed in water, once again in acid, once again in water, like that. We are going to dip it. So we are going to discuss the system which is required for automation of this trolley. So this trolley is going to be automated by using the SFC, that we are going to see. So for that we have an application. In this application we have the surface treatment system which has to be executed by 2 consecutive steps. So the operator puts the piece of metal in the container, that is the slot 1. The trolley moves up to the high position, moves to the right and goes to the slot 2. The slot 2, it stays in the low position for 5 seconds after the time delay is reached. So it will be moving in the high position to the right to the slot 3. The slot 3, once again it comes to the low position and it stays for the 5 seconds in the bath. Then the time is up, it goes to the slot 4. It moves towards its right of the slot 4 and moves down, and there also it stays for the 5 seconds. Then in the 3 slots it stayed for 5 seconds. After the operation is completed, once again it moves towards its left to the slot 1 and moves to the low position. After that operates, unload the piece, the system is ready for the new cycle. So this application is similar to the application 1B, but one thing we are going to do here, we are going to reduce the number of steps in the SFC, which can save the memory in the PLC, and it has a fast execution time, because we might have studied about the PLC scan. So it is nothing but the read time, execution time, or PLC scan, program scan, and sorry, PLC scan can be defined as summation of the input scan, program scan, and output scan. So similarly, that scan time will be reduced, so execution time proportionally will be reduced. That we are going to see here. Okay, so in this Unity Pro, so as we discussed already, it's going to depend on all slots, slot number 2, slot number 3, slot number 4 for all 5 seconds. Then once again it is going to move up and it is going to come to the low position. Here the similarity is, so these steps is repeated in the sequence. These we are going to make it as a node. So you can see in the slot 2, this step is repeated, this step is repeated, this is also the step repeated. So the repetition of the step we are making to a loop. For example, for loop statement in a C programming. Similar to that, if condition satisfied, it will be looping around. So like that we are going to make it, so that we will see in the program detail. For this we want to see the demonstration of this. So how we are going to do the demonstration. Let us have the video demonstration for this. So we are going to see the demo of our third application. That is, it is going to visit all the 4 slots. Okay, so here you can see it is a slot 1.
Little bit I'm zooming it. Slot 2 and slot 3 and slot 4. So these are the 4 slots. I am filled with the slot 2 with some solution, maybe acidic or alkalic, whatever maybe. This is the slot 3. Here also I filled with some solution. Here this is the sign. Okay. Now I am going to run the program by pressing the push button. So if I press the push button, so it will rise up and it will go to the slot 2, come down, wait for some 2.5 seconds or 5 seconds, whatever I programmed. And similarly, it rise up, once again it will go to the slot 3, there it will be waiting for 2.5 or 5 seconds. So it is a repeated process. Remember that it is applicable. So once again I am repeating it. It is a repetition of process, same time delay, same highering, lowering and moving right. So that I can use this application. If it is a different time delay or different slot, if it is moving, I can't apply this. So that keep it in mind. So I'm going to give a demo. So now I'm going to press the start button. So you can closely watch it, how it is going to work. So I pressed it, raised up, it is going to slot 1. Waiting for some seconds, 2.5. Once again it is rising up, it is going to the next slot. Waiting for some 2.5 seconds, that is solution 2. And it is dipping in sand, rising up. And it is reaching the slot 1. Okay. So I can replace the metal with other one and I can once again initiate the same process. So wherever the process is repeated, so I can use this one. No need to rely on different application. So it is very good for executing the experiment where a single process is repeated for many times. So that we can program it in short duration of time and we can save the memory too. Okay.
So yes, we can see the introduction.
Heat treatment plan we are going to see. The previous case you might have studied about the heat treatment plan, which are of two types. First one is it will be taking the first slot, then it will be going for the second slot, then fourth slot. Once again it will come back. That was the first application. Second application was looping. If condition is satisfied, I will validate it. If not, I will go for additional step. So that will be dipping in the one more solution. That is up arrow and down arrow based on that we might have seen. Now we are going to see the application, the modified version of the application 1. So but one small change in that, here we have slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4. So I am assuming that I am filling the metal. This is the loading point where I am going to fill the metal. Here there will be some solution, some acidic solution or basic solution. Here also the same. And finally it will be dipped at this time. Okay. So now I am going to make this process a repeated one. So I am not going to stop the process. So I don't want to change the program. And also I want to reduce the steps. I think in the previous case where we are doing the first application, almost 15 steps were there, SFC. So I want to reduce it in order to save memory. Why I want to reduce it? So two conditions. One is the saving memory in terms. Second one will be the time saving. I think you might have studied about the PLC scan, total input scan, program scan, output scan will be giving the total response time. That response time has to be reduced for an automation process. So I am going to reduce the steps so that the memory will be saved. In turn, the processing time will be accurate and speed. So that I am doing this application. So I am going to give a just small demonstration of this experiment of this application. That is application 3. Here I am loading. I think these inputs and output tables already you are aware. Same, it won't change for all the SFC application. It is by default. You're not going to change anything. So because it is a fixed IOs. Okay. So as usual, slot 1 will be 7, slot 2 will be 8, slot 3 will be 9, slot 4 will be 10. Okay, most probably we are not using slot 5, so we are omitting it. But there are 5 slots. And similarly, we have a high position and low position, 0.12 and 0.13 respectively. And PBS, push button, that is the initiating the process. For the PBS we have to press, that will be 15. And PBD and PBU, for this application, we are not using it. So we can leave this. Okay, because we are not going for an additional one. Okay, coming for the output, similarly, up, down. So up will be 3, down will be 2, left and right will be 0 and 1 respectively. Okay, so this is the application. So in this inputs and outputs we have already seen. So now I am going to program this. So first I load the metal. So what will happen? So it will first rise up. It will rise up. Okay. It ensures that it is in the high position. Then it will move to its right. Okay. So it will be moving to its right. From your side it is right. So that's why I'm telling it's right. So after ensuring that it is in the slot 2, it will come down to the low position. There it will be waiting for some 5 seconds. So, sorry, time 5 seconds. So here in this solution, you will be waiting for some 5 seconds. Then once again, after this time delay is reached, it will rise up and it ensures it is in the high position. Then it will move to its right, okay, and ensures that it is in the slot 3. Okay, after reaching the slot 3, it will once again come down to the low position, and here also it will wait for some 5 seconds in the slot 3. Okay, so the time is never changing. Okay, once again it will rise up. That is, it's dipped in solution 1, it's dipped in solution 2 for 5 seconds. Time may be increase or decrease according to the metal too. Okay, so after this 5 seconds, the time delay is reached, so it will rise up and it ensures that it is in the high position. Then once again, it will move to its right. Okay, and it will confirms that it is in the slot 4. So slot 4, once again it is confirming it, and once again it will come to the low position and same. It will wait for some 5 seconds. After this 5 seconds time delay is reached, so once again it will rise up. So I think it is properly treated in solution 1, solution 2, solution 3. Then it will come to the left hand side. From this position to left hand side it will come and it will reach the slot 1. Then after ensuring that it will reach the low position and it will stop. So there is a repetition of process. I think if you keenly notice, so these steps and these time delays are repeated for all the slots. So wherever the repetition is more, I can try to make it as a loop. Wherever the process is repeating, I will shorten it. Okay, instead of writing slot 1 5 seconds, slot 2 5 seconds, I'll use only one timer. I'm using transition more here. I'm going to use transition more here so that I can able to reduce the time as well as the memory. This logic I am going to apply. Okay, so by applying this, because it is applicable where it is uniform timing and where the steps are repeated, there only you can apply this, not everywhere. So keep that in mind. I am going to design a new SFC diagram. So we will see that in detail.
Yeah. So now we are going to see the hardware configuration. In the hardware configuration, there are push buttons. I think we are going to use only this push button. That is the push button start. And later we do have the position sensors and slots. I think we might have already discussed this one. There will be slot 1, slot 2, slot 3 and slot 4, as well as slot 5 also is there. And also high position sensor and low position sensor is there, that we are not sorry, slot 4 is not used, but slot high position and low position sensors we are going to use. Then this is the rack of the surface treatment plant. I think you might have been aware this is the power supply CPU, 32-bit input module, 32-bit output module. And similarly, we have the input and output address. So we are going to have the slot address of slot 1 will be 7, slot 2 will be 8, slot 3 will be 9 and slot 4 will be 10. Similarly, low position is 12, high position is 13. And also we have the output addresses. For moving left is 2.0, moving towards right is 2.1, and down is 2.2 and up is 2.3. So it is a repetition of the same of the previous experiments, and here it is 1.15. So that will be the address for the start cycle push button. And now we are going to see the programming procedure in Unity Pro, how it is going to work. That we are going to see in detail.
See about the design of SFC diagram of a heat treatment plant with reduced step technique we are going to see. For that, the similar procedure what we have done earlier, same we are going to follow, not the different one. So here I am going to start a new experiment, so that I am checking for a new CPU model, that is P342020. So that I have taken and I have configured it, so that later it will be displayed as the graphical panel board Okay, in that I'm going to see the PLC bus. So you can see that the P342020 is configured. Then I'm going to integrate with the input module, that is DDO, DDI 3202K. Okay, because it is 32-bit inputs. Similarly, I'm going for the output DDO 3202K, which has 32 outputs. So for all experiments in heat treatment plant, we are going for a 32-bit IOs. Okay, that is done. Then as usual, I want to go for the communication. So I'm going to activate the communication. So networks, I'm going for a new network. Ethernet 1, it's got activated. I'll be double clicking. And I am checking for the IP configuration. IP configuration is 64 dot okay, so I'm going to select first the big family, then IP address. So I didn't do that. Now I'm trying to do it. So the biggest family is selected. Later I want to give the IP address. So it is loading still. Okay, I'm going for IP address. IP address will be 84, not 64. 84 dot 16 dot 2 dot 44 will be the IP address of that particular heat treatment power plant output. So I am going to configure that. So it is 44. And I'm going to validate it. It is validated. And once again, still the error message is available. So I'll be going for PLC bus. I will select in the port channel 3. TCP IP, that is the mode of configuration. I will give it and give validate. Now the network is fine. We can ensure that the network is fine. Now I'm going for the PLC bus. Once again, I want to give the input and output values. So I'm going to check it on DDI, IO objects, %I, and updating grid. So I can get 32 bits. So here, what are all the outputs I'm going to use is starting from 7. So 7 is SSL1. So I am going to configure it SSL1, create. Then slot 2, SSL2, 2, it is created. Then slot 3, SSL3, that is created. Then slot 4, only 4 slots I'm going to use, so I'm created 4 slots. Then similarly, I have high position, low position and push button. So it is respectively 12, 13 and 15. So it will be SHP, high position will be, SLP will be 12 as per our kit. Then SHP will be 13. So I have given as 13. That is also created. PBS will be 15. Okay, so this is the push button which has to be activated for the starting off process. So this is also created. So these are all the list of input addresses. Now similarly, I'm going to create the list of output addresses. For that, I'm going to go for PLC bus. So here I want to update the grid. So grid is updated. You can see the grid is updated here. And once again, I'm going to PLC bus, TDO, and then I'm going to select DDO3202 IO objects %Q because the output is represented as %Q. Here I'm going to use 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 0 will be the OML, that is moving left. OML I can use, it is left. I'm created. 1 will be OMR. Okay, that is moving right. OMR. So I made it that one 2. Then 2 will be OMD. Okay, so that is moving down. That also been created. 3 will be OMU. So that is also have been created. So these are the list of outputs. So I have created. So no modification in this. So I'm creating it and update grid. So now I am going for the SFC diagram. Okay. So in the SFC diagram, so I am going to reduce the steps. Previously it was around 15 steps for the same application. Now I am going to reduce it for steps that is less than 7. Okay, so how to do that? So I'm trying to do that by means of the masters new section. I'm going to name it as application 3, APP 3. Okay, so I'm going to program in SFC. So I'm giving it OK. So I think you can see the screen where it can work. So first initially I am going to give some 6 steps, that is 0 to 5. Then I am going to make it as a branch. So why, I will let you know the reasons, okay, while programming. So I am going to check it. So first I will give the 6 steps. So 6 rows I have inserted here. I am giving okay. So I am going to rename it. So first is step 0. It is the initial step. I am giving okay. So this is step 1. It is not an initial step. Then this will be step 2. Then it will be step 3. And finally, it will be step 4. Okay. So these 4 steps is created. Okay, one more step also I will create. Okay, that is step 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is fine. I think 6 is not required, so I'll delete it. Okay, so totally 5 steps I have created. Okay, for this, as usual, so if we want to move from step 0 to step 1, so I have to make a logic, that is push button has to be pressed. There should not be, it should be in slot 1, it should be in the low position. For that I'm going to write a transition here. So initial step I checked, so it became in a double border line. So transition. So what will be the transition? Okay, in this particular experiment, I am going to use some 3 transitions. Okay, why I'll let you know. Okay, so first I am going to move from step 0 to step 1. Okay, step 0 underscore step 1. This will be the output. One ladder will be created. If I click it, okay, LD is created. So I'm going to double click on it. So output is created. So here I want to insert the 3 inputs. So I'll insert 3 inputs, 1, 2, and 3. It's fine. So here I'm going to give the input address. First one is push button has to be pressed. So PBS, it's activated. Then it should be in the slot 1. That also I'll get activated. SSL1, I'll make it sure, SSL1. Okay. Then third will be, it should be in the low position, SLP. So if these 3 conditions are satisfied, so I can move the step 0 to step 1. So once again, coming to the chart, step 0 to step 1. The step 1, I have to give an action plan. So what is the step 1 action plan? It has to move up. So I will go to the section and I'll go for a new section and I'll give a LD, ladder logic diagram. So I will name it as actions. I name it as actions. So here I am going to take output, which I want to move up. Okay, because it is in the low position, I want to make it to move up. So here I am going to add an output and I am giving the address of OMU. It is given. Okay, fine. So what will be the input? It is happening in the step 1. So I am going to take the inside structures value. So here I'm going for inside structure. So here it is S1.x. Okay. I pick and placed. So it is moving up. Up to which limit it has to move? Up to the high position. So once again, I'll come to the chart. Here I'll set the limit as a variable. That is up to high position. So variable I'm going to select SHP. Okay. That is fine. When it reaches the high position, so what is the action plan? Oh, I think I have given a wrong numbering. So it is actually step 2. Okay. Then I have to add one more. So this will be step 3. Step 4. And once again, I'll insert one more. Step 5. Yeah. So here in the step 2, it is reaching the high position. In the S2, what will the action plan? It will be moving towards its right. Okay. So I will be going for the actions. So I will open one more output and I will name it as OMR, moving towards its right. Okay. In which step it is happening? It is happening in the second step. So I will make it as S2.x. I will take it as inside structures. So S2.x, I made it. Fine. Okay. Next, it is moving towards its right. Up to which limit? So we have to set the limit after step 2, that is up to the, okay, here I am going for one transition condition, that is step 2 to step 3. So here I am not going to give the position, because after this the steps is going to repeat. So for that repeat process, so I am going to, this process is going to repeat for slot 2, slot 3 and slot 4. So in this I am going to give a transition. So I told already, no, this is also one more transition. So I am going to give the transition condition, that is step 2 underscore step 3. So here you want to keenly watch. So now I have given one more transition, that is step 2 to step 3. Why I am going this one? Because after this it is going to repeat for all the process. It may be in slot 2, slot 3, slot 4. This process is going to repeat. That's why I am going to take this transition as a repeated one. So here step 2 underscore step 3 is created. As I told already, it is going to repeat for all the steps. That is, when it is in slot 2, it is going to repeat. When it is going to be in the slot 3, it is going to repeat. When it is going in the slot 4, it is going to repeat. So I am going to insert 3 inputs in parallel. Okay, and I am going to connect it in parallel. It's done. Okay, so why I am going for transition? Because in this chart, after the step 2, this process is the upcoming this here, the process will be repeated for many times, maybe 3 times or according to the slots. Here I am going to use 3 slots. So slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, it is going to repeat. So that's why I am going to use this parallel application. That too, here I want to use the positive transition. Yes, so here I want to use the positive transition. Remember that. Yes, why? Because it is a positive moving transition. So I'm taking as this input, not the normal input. And this I'm going to give the inputs. So that is, it is going to repeat for slot 1. Here a slight change is that previously we will be writing only steps. Okay, here I want to check it for SSL 2. SSL 3. So because here and all the process is going to repeat. So I am putting this. Okay. So in this all the process it is going to repeat. So what is that process? So in the S3.x what will happen? It will try to come down. Okay. That is the process. Okay, so that process is going to repeat in slot 2, slot 3 and slot 4. Oh, I'm given the slot 3, sorry. So in all these, the trolley will be coming down, so that I am making it as a repeated process. So coming back to the chart, here I can give the action plan in the S3. That is, I am given a transition here. Whenever it is in the slot 2, whenever it is in the slot 3, so whenever it is in the slot 4, it should come down. So that is the action plan in the S3. So I will take an output here, OMD. And I will make it as OMD. Okay, fine. For this, what will be the input? It is S3.x. I think you might be understood. Okay, so here I'm going to take inside structures, step 3.x. Okay, so this is fine. Now it came down. Okay, so if it is coming down, up to which limit it has to come down? It should come down in the lowest position. So once again, I will come to the charts. Okay, and here I will make the variable as SLP. Okay, SLP it is coming. Okay, we have ensured that it is in the low position. In the S4, now we are going to activate the timer. For that, I will go for section, new section. I will make it as timer LD. Okay, I made it. Now I am going to insert a timer, that is T on. I am going a little bit fast because you are familiar with this. Okay, enable, and at which step it is going activated, so that I am going to connect it. It is nothing but step 4. So I will make it as step 4 inside structure S4 dot X. I made it. Fine. So now I am going to interconnect it. Here I am going to give delay as 5 seconds, because we have discussed as that 5 seconds I am going to give. It reached. Okay. Now I am going coming for the chart once again. After this time delay, what should happen? The timer output should get activated. So that I will click on this functional block, because timer will be in the functional block. I have used only one timer. Remember it, for 3 delays I am using only one timer. Okay, that is also a memory saving thing. Okay. After this output is activated, now S5 is there. Here I am not going to give any action plan. After this timer, once again it has to come to this step, that is, it has to reach high position. So this process has to be continued. So for that, I am going to give a branching here, and I am going to give a transition here. So this is the only process going to repeat for all the steps. So I am going to take it in a branching manner. So I am going to take it and placed here. Okay. Now I am going to give two transition conditions here. Okay. So for looping this process, so I have to initiate from step 5 to step 2. So up to this, the process has to be repeated. Okay. So that I am going to connect a branching from step 5 to step 2. Okay. I'll take the branching here. I'll connect it here first. And I am going to connect in the now I have connected this in between. Okay, I have inserted this one here. So I will make the loop here. Okay, so if I want to repeat this function, so S5 to S2 it has to continue. So I am going to make it like this. So I made this branch here. So I have taken this one and I have inserted here. So from here I am going to make it as a branch. So where is the branch? It is available here. I'll take the input and I'll make it to join here. So it is joined nicely. Then once again, one more branch is there that I'll come later. Okay, here I am going to give the transition as S5 underscore S2. Okay, so for this, I'm double clicking it and I'm going to give a transition that is S5. Wherever the repeated process going on, I'm going to give the transition S5 underscore S2. Okay, I have given it. So it is coming in the ladder logic diagram. Okay, so this ladder logic is fine. Okay, so here you can see one more is created, that is S5 and underscore 2. Okay, so this S5 underscore S2, so every time it has to move in the high position and it should be in the slot 2 and slot 3. So I am going to give it as, so I will click this S5 underscore S2. So here I am going to give 2 parallel inputs. So it is applicable for slot 2 and slot 3. So I am making it as common. So here I am going to, if the timer is over, timing is over, so what we should do? So we should bring it to the slot, we should bring it in the high position. So I will make the first input as high position. So both I made it as high. So this is common for slot 2 and slot 3. Slot 2 I will select and slot 3 also I will select. So once again I repeat, in the branch, after the time delay is reached, is going to the step 2. In the step 2, what should be the here? What will be the transition? It will ensure that either it is in the, because of continuous loop, either it will be in the slot 2 or slot 3. So it will rise to the high position, Okay, and it ensures that either it is in slot 2 or with the same combination it will be either in the slot 3. So for that looping purpose I am doing it. Okay, so I made in the in the S5 dot S transition, either it should be in the high position slot 2 or either it should be in the high position slot 3. Both condition, either the both condition is satisfied, this will work. Okay, so there the action plan is already given for S2. S2 the action plan is moving to the right. Once again S3 the action plan is moving down. Then once again action plan is S4 will be the, here you can see S4. So S4 the action plan with the timer, after the timer is reached, once again it will ensure that it is in the high position, because for this we have given the transition high position slot 3. In the slot 3 once again what will happen, it will repeat the process continuously. Okay, so for this purpose I am making this loop. Okay, for this condition it is okay. Now I want to move it from the slot 4 to slot 1. For that I have to write a transition. So here 5 up to 5 I have used. So 2 more I will use here. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, I will drag and drop here. Okay, so here I am going to rename it as step 6. Already 5 is given, so step 6 I will take, and this one I'll take it as step 7. Okay, I've given both the steps. In the steps, this one I'll give it as a transition. Here, transition will be happening from step 5 to step 6. Okay, because there is 2 branching. If this condition is satisfied, it will be looping inside. Finally, if it is available in the slot 4, what is the condition? For that, I'm going to give the transition S4 underscore S6. Sorry, S5 underscore S6. S5 underscore S6 I am going to give, and one more LD is been created. Here you can see S5 underscore S6. So I am going to check it here, S5 underscore S6. So this is the S5 underscore S6. For this, what is the condition? It should be in the high position, and also it should be in the slot 4. Previously we were looking for slot 2 and slot 3. For that branch is executed. So now I am going to have one more logic, that is it is in the high position SHP, but it is in the slot 4. It's in the SSL 4. So I am ensuring this. After this I am going to give a action plan here. So the action plan here it will be the S14. S14 means after this is reached, already the looping will happen, and after that here the trolley will be moving towards its left. Okay, for that I will go for the action plan. Okay, one more output I will create, that is OML. I will create it, and I will put a, here the step will be S7.x. S6.x. Here you can see, cross check it. So S6.x, it is moving left. Up to which position it has to move left? Up to the slot 1. So I will go for variable. I will click for it. I will go for slot 1. One is reaches the slot 1. There is no action. Once again, slot 1. Step 7 will be the moving it down. So coming to the slot 1, and it should move down. So already moving down action is created. OMD, it is created. Additionally, I will create one more input for the last step. Sorry. It is S7.x, the final step. Given it okay. So moving down, up to which position? Up to the low position. Here I am going to give the transition, variable as SLP. So it is in the slot 1. and low position initial condition is achieved, so that I can conclude the program by taking it to the slot 2. Okay, so this is the application. Here the process is going to repeat in this transition S2 underscore S3. So I am going to ensure that it is in the which slot. So I put for all the three condition, it should be repeated. So in this, I given the action plan as it may be in slot 2, it may be in slot 3, it may be in the slot 4, same process to be repeated. Here I have given a transition where it should repeat for that is S5 underscore S2. It should be the repetition process for it may be in the high position slot 2, it may be in the high position slot 3. And finally, this will be repeated for only one condition. It should be high position slot 4. So here you can see it clearly. Okay. So in the transitions of S2 dot S3, there are three conditions, and S5 underscore S2 there will be only two conditions, but it's in series S5 underscore only one. Okay, so this is the thing. So the beauty of this experiment is here I used only one timer. Instead of 15 steps, I've reduced it to half. Okay, now we will see how it is going to execute. Okay, now I am going to run the program. For that purpose, I'll go for PLC. First, I'll set address. So the address, IP address I was given as 84.16.2.44, and the mode will be TCP IP mode. So I'll give it OK. Once again, I'll test the connection. Set address, test connection. It is connected successfully. Now I am going to connect it. So connect. So here you can see the status. So it is connected. Now I am going to transfer my program to the PLC. Okay. So now I am rebuild all. I am going to transfer it. On transferring is done, I am going to run the program. For that, I am going to run it. So it is taking time. So okay, again here you can see this running procedure. Now I am going to activate it. Okay, so simultaneously there the hardware I am going to do a remote control. So for that I will go for the S1, S0 to S1 transition. So it is in the low position, it is in the slot 1. I am going to force the value to 1. So there you can see it had been started. I am going to remove the force also. It is waiting for 5 seconds. After that, it will start. Surpass. I think in the previous case, some fault was there. So I'm going to repeat it once again. So here I'm going to activate the push button. So I'm going to force the value to 1. And I'm going to see the chart. Here you can see it is waited for some time delay. After this time delay, the process is going to repeat once again. Low level it is activated and the timer is going to work on it. Okay, this is satisfied. It is going to wait in the slot 4. It is coming here. Now it will take this branch. Previously it was working in this loop. Now it is going to work in this one. And it is reaching the slot 1 here. And the process will end. So now it has come to the step 2. So I think we will be seeing this in a close.
Yeah, we'll see the procedure for output in detail in the upcoming thing.
So now I'm going to run it once again. I think we had made a mistake here. That is in the action plan, this S5.x dot missing. The 5th step it was missing. So we have to move it up. So I added this one extra. Now I'm going to run the program. So I'm going to activate in the S0 to S1. So I'm making a push button to force it to 1. So I will make it. Now you can see the chart. Okay. So it is waited in the slot 3. Timing is taking place. Time is done. You see it is going now. Now it will take the next step. It will check for the time delay. And once again, it will move to this branch and it will move to the left hand side and it will stop. I think here you can see some 2 cycles have been repeated. This we will be seeing there. Okay, so once again I repeat. So here, I think in the previous case some fault was there, so I'm going to repeat it once again. So here I'm going to activate the push button. So I'm going to force the value to 1, and I'm going to see the chart. Here you can see it is waited for some time delay. After this time delay, the process is going to repeat once again. Low level it is activated, and the timer is going to work on it. Okay, this is satisfied. It is going to wait in the slot 4. It is coming here. Now it will take this branch. Previously it was working in this loop. Now it is going to work in this one, and it is reaching the slot 1 here, and the process will end. So now it has come to the step 2. So I think we will be seeing this in a closer view. There we can come to that SFC heat treatment plant. In the heat treatment plant, you can see that it is in the low position. Now I am going to operate in the field. So I am going to press the push button here. So here you can see it is raising up the slot 1, and okay, it is going to wait for some 5 seconds, and it is going to wait in the next slot for some 5 seconds. Third, it is going to wait in the next slot for 5 seconds, and it is once again rising up, and it will go to the initial stage. So this will be the output for the heat treatment plant. So next application, we will do some modification along with additional steps we can give, and we can see them. Okay.
Thank you for watching the video.